the larger the health bar is, the longer the um, extra bit extends off of them. And a lot of times it actually ends up going off screen on here because of how large it is, but it does show the entire health bar in the actual game. The time simply just sets the time to 500 and counts down unless the backdrop is wormhole, in which case it will not count down until you are actually fighting the final boss. When time reaches 100, it plays a gong soundtrack, which I have not named. And when time is 0, it plays the gong sound effects twice and then stops everything. It does not actually give you a game over for doing this, for running out of time, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it do that or not. There's also this script which makes it animated. The clock kind of just like spins around, like the hands on the clock kind of spin around. There's also a few like really simple things like cave entrance. It just shows and hides if backdrop is 1. Backdrop 1 is this starting area. The only thing it's really used for is determining if the player's in the right position to enter the cave to fight the 3 wizard bosses. The locked icon is simply used to show you which of these you have not unlocked yet. They'll disappear once you've unlocked them, as you saw earlier when I was actually playing the game and got the electric guitar. But other than that, they have no actual purpose. The inventory is also pretty simple. It just changes costume depending on which instrument you have active. It also hides when you receive a game over. Damage and defense are also extremely simple, with defense being slightly more advanced. They simply just set some variables depending on certain criteria. If you've collected the sapphire item, it will boost your strength, therefore increasing the damage that musical instruments will do, which is part of this script. It also has strength by -1. Normally strength is equal to 1, so do 1 times -1, which is just -1, and so it lowers the health by 1. It also changes X by that amount too. If you have the set higher strength, however, your strength will be equal to 2, therefore it will deal 2 damage to the boss instead of 1, essentially halving their HP. The defense icon determines the diamond, ruby, and quartz. The diamond of defense boosts your defense/damage reduction, which is subtracted from all damage, and in the case of the fireball, it's divided by 5 because otherwise you would end up having like no damage from the fireball. There's also the ruby of regeneration and the quartz of quickness. Quartz of quickness increases move speed, and ruby regeneration will decrease the amount of time between regenerations. The potion icon is also rather simple. When you press the H key to heal, as long as you have enough as long as you have more than 0 potions left and you're not in the game over backdrops, then you will be healed, but the potion will go on cooldown and sort of disappear, but slowly begin to reappear over the course of about 20 seconds, at which point it'll be ready to use again. And also when backdrops are same over hides. The gems icon is definitely the one that took me the longest. Just look at all of this code here, and you'll see why it took me so long. Basically, the reason there's so much code here is because the game is detecting which gems you have and what combination of those gems you have. So there's like the quartz plus the diamond, or sapphire plus quartz plus diamond, or sapphire plus ruby plus diamond plus quartz. And it also means that there's a lot of costumes, 15 in total, including having none. And now for the last thing that we're going to look at, we'll look at the ground and stage. So that's slightly different because it initially goes to this position, but it changes position. I don't even remember why. I think because initially I was gonna do the so I was going differently. But anyways, the only real important thing here is this, which will switch it to the backdrop number of the stage, which means that, let's say that the player moves to the second plains area, the ground will switch to the second plains costume. Now, this is where all the music is in um, the stage. This actually took me a little while to figure out how to do it, and even now it still doesn't exactly work exactly how I want it to, because specifically with the clouds backdrop, when you switch from clouds to plains 2, the music is supposed to change from Windy Day back to Overworld Day, but it stays as Overworld Day for some reason. Also, the beach background is supposed to have its own music, but I didn't actually have enough time to code that in, so for now it still uses the Overworld Day music. Or Windy Day if you went to Clouds first. All of the bosses have the same music except for the final boss, which has a custom song. Or, well, not custom, but it has a song from Calamity Mod. Everything else uses the Tower Keeper theme from the Antiaris mod for Terraria. When a boss is defeated, it also plays a remix, at least it starts off as a remix of Overworld Day, which sounds a little bit like this. So yeah, that is pretty much everything that I wanted to show off for the musical Mage. Thank you for watching.